And I'm Valerie Cavazos. We start tonight with the swearing in of a new Pima County Sheriff, Mark Napier. Senator John McCain is pushing for more action against Russia. This after the White House announced sanctions against Russia last week for the country's role in hacking the U.S. election. All right, thank you, Priscilla. A major realignment in the Tucson Unified School District. Today, Michael Hicks spent his first day as board president. We found out that the heat is on now. I spoke to several veterans, and it's the same story. Appointments canceled days or weeks before and then rescheduled months later or left in limbo. Why don't the veterans come forward? They say that they fear retaliation. They'll lose their care. And it's not just the veterans who fear retaliation. Insiders say the district's push to reduce suspensions and expulsions to meet a federal anti-discrimination court order is causing district-wide disorder. The information we're about to expose may be shocking, but not to many on the front lines, principals, teachers, and staff, as well as parents and students. Some tell me it's an escalating problem, and they've been too afraid to speak up until now. New York. And seeing that is why we should not complain, namely me, about the weather here in Tucson.
This is true.
Yes.
Yeah, we oftentimes don't have too much to complain about, do we? But we are going to cover some of those weather.
So I haven't seen it.
Well, if you do, just do so legally.
Yes, I know.
Don't pirate the darn thing.
Oh, I know. And
yes,
the
because
FBI
we'll
warning.
report it.
Yes, it scares me. You're going to report it on me? Okay. You're not invited to my house ever.
Coming from the guy who says he certainly doesn't want to see it ever. So. All right, let's give you a look outside.
President-elect Donald Trump found himself on the defensive, having to respond to new allegations about his relationship with Russia. It came as he held his first news conference since winning the election. See, I got caught up in all that kind of stuff with Elmo, Talking Elmo.
Okay.
And I went all over the place to try to find a Talking Elmo. I did find one, but that was last year. And I don't even let my kids watch any commercials during Christmas.
Just so they can't get any ideas. Don't
Exactly.
get any ideas.
They don't know, especially when
Yeah.
they're really young. Hail Mary heroics and a Fiesta Bowl appearance gave way to injuries and inconsistency. Sports director Jason Barr joins us now. And Jason, are you surprised by this decision?
Val and Guy, I'm actually not.
Happening now, Pima County deputies are looking for a man they say escaped from the jail. Investigators say 23-year-old Noah Pisano ran off while being processed. State lawmakers are giving families who have lost someone in military service a tax break. The deadly storms lashing the South are now being blamed for killing at least 5 people. This is just some of the damage in Florida. Oh, okay. All right, thank you, Aaron. Whether it's new license plates or new laws, the DMV is seeing some changes.
What you can do is you can watch Hercule Poirot on Netflix.
Do I have to say it?
Yes, you will have to learn.
Then I can't watch it.
Imagine a world where bullying isn't considered a normal part of childhood. A world where I'm not afraid to go to school.
But that imagined world doesn't exist for 3 TUSD families who found themselves all alone navigating the destructive waters of bullying.
He puts his head down and he stares at his feet. He knows that he gets picked on, that he gets called names. And I cry for him. I try to be strong for him, but I cry for him.
A lot of people don't see it, but at home, you know, it's really different. He didn't go to school. He hates school now. He used to love it.
And it's hard because you can't do anything.
Tucson police put the district on notice. Fix it, or the police department will pull the school resource officer from Palo Verde.
I don't recall that, but that doesn't mean it wasn't said. I just don't recall that.
Sources say that demand got the district's attention. Sources and documents show massive fights like this stopped, suspensions increased, and arrests declined. TUSD is currently working on a new discipline policy, a code of conduct it hoped to roll out at the start of this next school year.
But we felt that we needed more time. And we needed more time so that the training could take place ahead of unrolling something as complex and as important as a code of conduct.
Murado says the new discipline policy could be unveiled either in January or the start of next school year in 2017. So what does that mean for this upcoming school year? Brad Gagnapane, the former chief of staff, Chris Radke, the chief deputy, and Sheriff Chris Nanos. Carmona says last year, while sitting in a meeting with senior command and staff, they began discussing the annual awards banquet.
This is going to be very expensive. It's going to cost $30,000 or $40,000. We don't have any money. And I was looking, I said, well, you know, let's reach out to some of the businessmen in town. Let's do this. Nano says, Brad's got it handled. You don't need to worry about it.
At the time, Carmona didn't know that RICO money played a part.
Well, the awards banquet is held by us, and we would use RICO dollars, which is appropriate.
Is it?
By law.
An awards banquet is appropriate.
Well, let me explain to you. By law, Barbara, there isn't one penny of RICO dollars we've ever spent or will spend without going through the process of the county attorney's review and saying whether or not it's lawful or not. I'll tell you right now, do I like that idea? No, not really. But you can buy an award for one of your deputy or staff using RICO dollars.
That's true. RICO funds can cover the awards, but not food and entertainment. Kagan item-taid ledgers dating back to 2009 and 2010, showing tens of thousands of dollars in RICO funds moved from the general fund to the Sheriff's Auxiliary Volunteers Account, or SAV. The list of purchased items include tuxedos, flowers, furniture, and entertainment equipment.
Basically what this is showing is that it was common practice for the awards dinners to be paid for through the SAV funds and with the help of the RICO funds.
RICO funds and individual funds were put into the SAV accounts under an account that dealt with the awards banquet.
The ledger shows a RICO deposit of $35,000 in September of 2010, labeled Special Awards Fund. Several sources have told 9 on Your Side that this practice of allegedly using RICO funds in ways they shouldn't be, from at least 2009, have continued for several years after that, including this year.
Shame on them.
Then why?
Shame on them.
Then why did he commit
Because
suicide?
Well, I don't know his demons.
Was he questioned by the FBI? Was he a primary person in the FBI investigation?
No. I don't believe that at all. I don't know it, but I don't believe it at all.
And I sat down with the acting director, Jennifer Gutowski, who agreed to an interview for the first time since we launched our investigation into the Tucson VA. Did you know that any of this stuff was going on? Because some of this fell under you being the associate director. Did you know any of this was going on?
We have definitely come a long way since 2014